Hello once again to the Pissy Bee hive. Y'all can't see it. I'll try to give y'all a better look here in a second. But they're bringing in lots of really kind of a dark red pollen and this bright yellow pollen. Of course, we've got lots of hedges and stuff around here that have been that are taken care of by the subdivision, and of course the streets around here are maintained really well. The city of Chula Vista actually does a real good job of making the area look nice. Lots of flowers, lots of this, lots of that. But anyway, what I'm doing today, basically what I plan on doing is giving these bees all the stuff that was in the wine box bees nuke that I'd put them in. They were down to a couple of hundred bees, and they had already started robbing out the honey that was in there and just eating it. They didn't have enough resource to keep their hive going, and I knew they were going to head the way of the dodo here pretty quick. So anyway, here we are, getting ready to deal with the pissy bees again. These guys are always or gals I should say, they're always a lot of fun to deal with. I know the queen, well, 99.9% sure the queen's not going to be on the inner cover because I've got a queen excluder here between my hive and the super. But I've always got a problem with damn ants around here, and I am constantly spraying for ants because they come around. They come from down there in the valley. But I don't know if y'all can see it or not, but I've got all those frames out of that nuke that the wine box bees were in. Here, let me see if I can get you a picture of what they're bringing in. Yeah, maybe a little bit. Sorry about that. Bumpy video. Anyway, yeah, there's another. See, they're just piling in the pollen, and we've had a little bit of rain lately. See how that red and yellow colored pollen they're bringing in. Anyway, we had a little bit of rain just recently, and so bees have got some resources out there they can start gathering up. But anyway, they haven't really started working the honey super yet. They got a lot of space down here that they still got to work. But the queen, she was basically only working one box. And so I tried one thing. I tried to just swapping the top box and the bottom box to see if she would move one way or the other, and I let them sit there for about 4 or 5 days, and of course she didn't want to move to the other box. And so anyway, threw out a question to the dirt rooster, and lucky me, he promptly came back and said, why don't you try checkerboarding them? So that's what I've tried to do. I checkerboarded them about 5 days ago. Now I want to find out if the checkerboarding worked by just checking and seeing if she started late in some of these other frames. And of course, as you all know, anybody that's seen any of these Pissy Bee videos, these girls do not hang back from smoke for very long. Literally, they're already bumping me again. I mean, doesn't take them long. But like I was saying before, I've also got the frames out of the nuke that the wine box bees were in, so I'm going to look at these frames, and if I've got empty frames or whatever, I'm going to replace them with those frames to give these bees the stores. That way they'll start filling up the honey super. and if they've filled things up, then I'm just going to let them rob them out. I don't like to do open robbing or open feeding, because I know for a fact that there's a hive around here, because last year this hive got nailed by robbing, and it almost wiped out the colony. And so there's no telling if that hive made it through the year or whatever, but I know they were real well fed because of my bees. So let's see what we got. Nothing on this side and nothing on this side. So we'll be replacing this one that has nothing in it with one of those sections, or one of those frames that have stores in them. Let's see what we got. This was a brood frame that I checkerboarded out. What was this? She's been laying in here. Y'all probably can't see it. There's fresh eggs and half-developed larvae in this side, so I know she's been laying on this frame. And even though she's not a very nice mom, she lays eggs like the dickens. Let's see if we can't see if this should be the next checkerboard frame that she hadn't laid in. And of course this is wax foundation, and there was some wax moth damage on it. I'll show y'all. But I went through and I cleaned the wax moth damage out of it. But of course, the bees are only dealing with the part of the comb that's actually been drawn out. So she didn't lay in this. The next frame, I can see already that it's got brood all over it. Quite a bit of, drone brood, or drones, and of course there's eggs and fresh larvae all up in here and all down in here. So she's only laying the frames that she likes. Or frames that she's laid in before. She's not branching out like I want her to. I know some of you guys have been doing beekeeping like constantly for years and years and years. You're probably sitting in the background going, holy crap, what's he doing? Blah, 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 blah. Well, guys, seriously, if y'all got comments, please let me know what you think, because I need all the help I can get with some of this shit. This whole frame is just solid brood. There's literally no honey stores anywhere. I've been the very top edge on this side. Y'all can see top edge. Right along here, there's pollen stores and a little bit of nectar, but everything else solid brood. And on this side, I mean, literally, there's eggs all the way up into here. And this is all solid up in here. And of course you got the queen cup down over here and here. So I don't know what they're thinking about doing. And see, I pulled 2 frames out of the 2 wax foundation frames. So now I'm going to go back. I'm going to put 1 storage frame from the wine box bees on that side, 1 on this side, fill it back up. That way I know they're not going to have room to put stores out here or whatever space is available. They can start moving up higher into the honey super. I don't like to leave my bees sitting on the ground because of the ant problem. So when I take one box off, I try to keep it up on the stand, because I try to keep ant killer around the base, which doesn't always do the trick, or has to get reapplied here pretty regularly. If you can see what I'm saying here. Yeah. There you go. Anyway, I checkerboarded this. So basically it was wall-to-wall eggs, literally all 10 frames. So I took 5 out, put 5 up there and checkerboarded it, and went up 5 down here and checkerboarded it. Good chunk of this new stuff, all drone cone, and that's what they'll build all the way to the bottom. So this cone is coming out. I'm not going to get an opportunity to make more drones. Got enough of those dang things in there anyway. Now I know a lot of guys that they purposely want drone cone, but that's because they've got good strains of bees that they want to propagate. They want that gentle nature to come through on the next generation. For these, we don't want that. So we're going to take out some drone cone. Flash frame, and we haven't seen Mama yet. Come on, ladies, give me a break. This is real heavy. This is more than likely just stores. And there's brood in it in one little pocket in the middle, along the bottom, but they're using this pretty much as just storage room. And there we go, guys. So I got a few frames left out here that I'm going to leave them to rot. then lock them back up. Hope they do good. So peace out. Give us a thumbs up if you like the vid. If you got any advice, drop that in there too. I really appreciate it. Have a nice day, YouTube.